Pablo Andres for 4.99. Thank you very much for the super chat. He says, great refutation of atheologica. What are your thoughts on Francesca Stavrakopoulou's work?
All right, let's see it. And also, it's pronounced Stavrakopoulou.
Okay. Now that would be difficult to pronounce if you didn't know how to do it.
Which you didn't.
Stavrakopoulou she's fringe. Okay, she's out there. You know, she thinks that, for example, redemption of the firstborn in the Torah is child sacrifice.
So this is inaccurate. She does not think that redemption is about child sacrifice. The redemption is a later attempt to overturn the command to sacrifice the firstborn, which is found in Exodus 22:28. And Ezekiel also suggests that that is about child sacrifice. And that is not fringe in any way, shape, or form. That is the academic consensus. And here are some books that you can check out about that.
She thinks God had a body in the ancient Near East.
Also the overwhelming academic consensus.
Okay, well, you know, I can see where she could get that idea, but it's still kind of odd.
It's not odd in any way, shape, or form.
She has some very, very weird ideas.
So far you've listed 2 ideas, you misrepresented one of them, and both of them are the academic consensus.
So I don't have a high opinion of her work. I never have had a high opinion of her work. I think it's there's just some stuff that she does, especially that child sacrificing. I think that's just crazy. All right. And the whole purpose of the redemption fee is so you don't sacrifice your kids. So the idea that it means really sacrifice is sort of flipping the meaning of the text on its head.
No, you just misunderstand the scholarship because you are not a specialist in the Hebrew Bible.
So I don't care for her work. I don't care for her work in the slightest. But I also think she's kind of a waste of time too. She's window dressing. She's theological window dressing. She's basically attractive. And that's why she's always featured on, say, BBC shows. It's because she's one of the few theologians that doesn't look like an old gray man who's dusty around the ears. You know, that's going to get you an audience. And, you know, not to be crass about this.
You're already being crass about this.
But when you start doing theology by cup size, that's a bad start.
Mispronouncing her name was a bad start. Getting her scholarship wrong and laughing at your misunderstanding of her scholarship was a bad start. Wildly misunderstanding the academic consensuses within the field of Hebrew Bible was a bad start. Saying that she's doing theology by cup size is abhorrent and misogynistic, and this is absolutely pathetic. Francesca Stavrakopoulou has had to deal with men dismissing her and her scholarship only because she's a woman absolutely every single day, and frequently from much more competent people, which is pathetic in and of itself. But this creator is not a specialist in this field, is not even competent in this field. His degree is in Egyptology. And this reminds me of something that Kenton Sparks wrote in his wonderful book, God's Word in Human Words, where he mentioned that he came up as an evangelical scholar, But he mentioned that a lot of evangelicals get degrees in what he called the soft fields, so things that were on the periphery of the critical study of the Bible, but did not require people actually critically study the Bible in their degrees. And that way their faith is not challenged. And then when they get the PhD, they can then go wave it around as a sign of their authority, but then they go back into the study of the Bible and pretend to critique the critical study of the Bible without being knowledgeable about it at all.
So, and it's really clear that that's what they're doing with this. So, and she plays it too. She plays it too. You know, it's not like she isn't doing this. So, again, I think her work is atrocious. I think how she presents herself is not as a serious scholar, and she's really on the periphery of, say, liberal theology. So I don't have anything more to say than that.
So Falk is profoundly uninformed about the academic study of the Bible and the Hebrew Bible more specifically. It's not his specialization. He's never really had to demonstrate any real proficiency in it. But he's performing for an audience that's even less informed than he. And so he does not have to demonstrate proficiency. He just has to make his audience feel validated in their dogmatism, and having a PhD in any field that is even tangentially related to this is authority enough for him to be able to make pronouncements that make them feel validated in that dogmatism. And here he reveals his rank and pathetic misogyny too.